Alright, another successful day pouring bismuth, and another chance to make some side-by-side comparisons. Now these 5 Tree of Life bars, altogether that's about 3 pounds of bismuth. Now I want you to forget everything you ever knew about the metals and how humanity has gone crazy for some metals and not others. Now, which would you rather have? Some metal like this that you can melt on a hot plate and cast into stuff, and it's useful in semiconductors, and hardly any stockpiles of it exist, right? You're not going to find some wealthy investor that's sitting on a tenth of the supply of this stuff in his garage, right? Or you could have one of these dice, right? Which is roughly equal in value to. Keep in mind that a lot of wealthy people are sitting on 1,000-ounce bars of this stuff, hundreds of them in some cases. A lot of it could come out of hiding. Some foreign governments even, I know the US doesn't, but some foreign governments even have stockpiles of this. Nobody has stockpiles of this. In fact, the only way we get this stuff is sometimes when we mine this stuff, that comes out as a byproduct, right? I lived in Wallace, Idaho for some time. I suspect, instead of being a silver mining town, with strategic metals being a byproduct, in the coming decades, they're going to become a strategic metal mining town with silver as a byproduct. I really do. I really do think it's going to flip-flop like that. It doesn't take much in terms of the prices to do that. There's only about a tenth as much bismuth as there is silver. I think I did a calculation at one point. If we were to go on a bismuth standard, which by the way is not as far-fetched as it sounds, we need bismuth in our green energy. It's a very strategic resource that countries all over are going to want to hoard, and when they want to hoard it, it will be useful to keep in our vaults too, right? I don't think it's a far-fetched concept that governments around the world could want to hold bismuth as a reserve currency. I really don't think that's a far-fetched concept. When they do that, this stuff will only be available for kings, which is why my new favorite strategic metal, this is zinc. And the US is still unofficially on a zinc standard. You can go to any bank and buy zinc at about $1.80 a pound. You might have to sort it out. Sometimes you get copper mixed in with it, but for the most part, the U.S. is still unofficially on a zinc copper standard, which is nice. So, now I made about $100 worth of pennies into Buddhas and pyramids, and I sold a bunch of them, and I got 120 back. And so I'm planning to do more. I still have quite a bit of my first round. I mean, I sold like 10 pieces and got $120 back. So. And then I got really excited. If I could keep multiplying my hoard, soon enough I'll deplete the US of all their pennies and make art out of it, and it'll be a win-win for everybody. Put money back, put resources back into people's hands instead of in the hands of the feds, right? The other metal that I'm thinking about melting, I have not been successful with it, unfortunately. Well, because I've been trying to recycle it from this. Aluminum. Aluminum cans are not trivial to melt. They tend to form a lot of slag because there is paint and plastic. Maybe I just need a different source of aluminum. Another source of aluminum I thought about is the Japanese 1 yen coin. It's quite an expensive way to buy aluminum, though. You need 450 of them to make a pound, which if you could get at the exchange rate is about $3, but good luck trying to do that outside of Japan. Alright, so your choice.